Hi guys, JesterArke back again with Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. So there's been a bit of a break from it. We were waiting for some new updates to come through and a few bug fixes to come out. And as you can see, at least some of it's come through. We've got access to our quests up here again. We've also got, where is it? A new thing here. We can join a cabal. Basically, we'll look into that a bit later, but it allows you access to a new tech tree as well as, joint bonuses for your team. Now, if we come over here to our person, you can see here we've made a few new items. We've got a suppression there. We've already got the suppression shield. But we've got access to a Greataxe, which is, well, new two-handed melee weapon that we're going to give a try. And we've got access to a storm shield, which I will show you in just a moment. We probably won't do a mission with it. It's just a single-handed shield such as this one, but we'll get into that in just a moment. As you can see, there's a lot more things that we can make, but they've got circles and crosses on them. The reason for that being, the other thing that the update brought out was the new class, well, a new class, which is the Assassin. I have played with her very, very briefly. I'm going to have to spend some time playing around, seeing where I can get with it. I'm not someone that usually plays Assassin archetypes. I'm horrible with them. And yeah, I'm going to have to get a lot better before I try and give you guys a bit of a what's what as far as their weapons and items are concerned. Actually, while we're still here, besides the things that we've already experienced, the flash grenades, frag grenades, and stun grenades, we've also now got access to stun mines, Rosarius force fields, and yeah, we've got refractor fields, delayed fuse mines, a few other different items. We'll probably play more with them with the Assassin when we get around to it, though. Okay. So we're familiar with the suppression shield. Your standard block, and then you've got discharge. Smack it on the ground, and big shockwave goes out, knocked everything down. With this one, instead we've got block as per normal, but then we've got shield charge. So instead of just a big discharge, you run forwards and knock everything out of the way. I've not been a huge fan of it thus far. We're instead going to be trying the Greataxe, and I was taking a look. I couldn't find whether or not we'd figured whether we'd played with the grenade launcher or not. So that's another thing we're going to do. And as you can see, if you compare this guy to the last episode we did, they have changed the armor a little bit. Seems mostly the helmet, I believe. Not complaining at all. Okay. So we've still slowly got to level this guy up. What I'll probably try and do in unrecorded time is get him back up to full level. And I still want to max everything out, which is one of the heroic deeds that we've got to try and reach. Where is it? Yum. I don't know, it's here somewhere. Ooh, kill one specimen of every machine type. Interesting. Looks like there's quite a few different things that we can play around with, which I'm sort of looking forward to doing. Okay, well, let's go and put the doodad in the what's it. We'll get rid of the storm shield. Salvage. May have to turn up my audio a bit. Hang on. Yoink, 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 yoink. As you can see, I've broken down a bunch of the items. I've already made one assassin class weapon, the sniper rifle. So we'll give that a bit of a try once we do play with the assassin. While we're doing this as well, I'll quickly set a few other items to build. There we go. Might as well take advantage of the time. Now, it has changed a lot of my key bindings around, so please bear with me while I try and figure out where the heck they've put everything. Okay, our inoculator is still all good. Looting. Have noticed an increase in the loading time as well since this update came out. Kind of annoying, but such is the way it is. As you can see here, we seem to have access to new areas on our map as well. If we go back out to the overall Tenumbra subsector, once it loads out, there we go. The nearest system, I believe, is a new one that we haven't seen before, which is higher difficulty again. They haven't added any more of the overall subsystems, subsectors yet. We've still only got access to the Caligari sector and the Tenumbra subsector. We'll go back here because we haven't finished maxing out our influence in this area. Okay, let's try and find We'll go for a small mission. I have noticed a very dramatic increase in difficulty, which seems to be primarily due to an increase in the number of enemies that we face. Just made things a little interesting, especially considering I'm still trying to get the hang of the game again. It's been a number of weeks since I last played, and yeah, I've sort of lost track of what's what. My bad. And I still just feel the urge to put these in the eyes for some reason. But no, I'm sort of interested to look into the Cabal side of things. I don't know, maybe if anybody else is playing this and is interested in the Cabals, let me know. It does cost fate points to create one. So maybe once we reach 100 fate points, we can do exactly that. Ooh. Ugh. Okay, you can see here they've added a few new odds and ends. These barrels will explode. So you get your standard swing, your wide swings. Okay, spinning blow. Execute. Dash forward, finish with a devastating strike. Ignores 50% of armor. That just looked crazy. Bear with me a sec, we'll try that again. Dash forwards and a strike. Wonderful. Now if we change weapons, which is now on my tab, not my other key, which is odd. So that's your standard attack. Right click. Then we've got one which launches a proximity mine. What if there's a timer on that, or just I don't know. Airburst grenade. And of course we do have to reload. We'll start off with this. Oh crap. Okay, looks like we can place multiple proximity mines as well. Oh crap. Probably not the best weapon for large scale incoming fast moving melee critters. Now let's swap over to our axe. Okay. One thing I did notice as well, some of the enemies actually make noise now, which is kind of cool. Oh crap. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There. Okay. Get rid of this damn beacon. I'm not sure if the different coloured... Why are they still spawning? Not sure if the different coloured barrels give us different, you know, things. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. You will notice, as you can see over here, there are a few new types of items floating around. Ooh. Okay, so it gives us a timer now as to how fast we've got to take out whatever's guarding it, which is good. Deal with these guys. Of course, don't forget to use the health fixer-upper. I don't know if I'm a fan of this whole charge mechanic, to be honest. It seems if you try and use it from too close, you just end up running at nothing. Okay. So everything still spawns in, even if you do destroy the beacon. I don't know, to me that sort of negates the whole urge to destroy the beacon. Okay. Chaos jelly everywhere. You can see we have made the map a little bit easier to see as well. Okay. We'll try and get rid of the smaller guys first. I have noticed that things like the Chaos Space Marines do seem to be able to put up a little bit more of a fight now. I don't know whether that's just, you know, my degradation of skill or whether that's actually a thing. Kind of hoping it's an actual thing. Okay. Let's go for an airburst over here. Really? Okay. These poison rooms definitely do a lot more damage now, which is kind of cool. Okay. So as you can see, grenade launcher is definitely not geared for close range combat. The amount of damage it does do though is pretty good. I didn't even see that teleport thing. That is a one. What the hell is that red line? Eh? I don't know. One thing I have noticed is, I think I've mentioned it in the past, but I've noticed it's even worse when you're playing as the assassin, is the lack of contrast between the characters and basically the settings that you're in. Okay. I have a feeling that crossing that line is going to hurt me dramatically. Holy crap, those things take a hit. Let's find out. No, maybe it was just a graphical anomaly. Oh, and that's at full as well. Okay, screw this. Let's swap back to melee. So make sure whatever damage you're doing to these guys is fast. Wow. I do remember they used to heal before, but they seem to heal even faster now. Nope, nope, that's definitely a thing. Oh, okay. They're triggers. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So, charge and attack. Yeah, they definitely seem to be able to take more of a hit. That's not a bad thing. We did have the problem towards the end of the last few episodes that we were doing. Actually, we were having them almost from the get-go, where things were just a bit too easy for the most part. Except, obviously, when you're getting absolutely swarmed. Which does still happen. And is even worse now when it happens. Yeah, he just ran on the spot and didn't attack squat then. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is sort of what I mean. Like, in some areas, and especially during combat itself, it makes it very hard to actually see your character. I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, and there's now flamey ones of these, by the way. Be warned. The axe at least does bypass the armor, it seems. And I guess rightly so. Okay. Did that just decimate him in one thing? Holy crap balls. Nice. Yep, crap. Didn't see you there, Mr. Marauder. Okay. So pretty typical of the comparison between one and two-handed weapons. It really is just a slower version. Though that being said, you do get access to, obviously, 2 additional skills when you're using a two-handed version of the weapon. But that's basically because you're sacrificing the 2 skills you would get with the shield. Okay. Got 3 of 5. Now, there is one additional little bug that I've noticed since we've moved into this particular version of the game. It seems periodically it'll throw you an... Actually, we might go into that room last. It'll throw you an issue, or throw you a network disconnect error. And from what I can see, it sort of messes with your ability to get items. Okay. So you'll complete your quest and all of a sudden it'll, you know, network disconnect. And you get nothing for the quest. Okay. So the axe definitely, Greataxe definitely seems like a good way to mow down the Chaos Space Marines. We will go into this middle room after all. I want to see if we can find a large enemy to sort of play with. By large, I mean something along the lines of a dreadnought or something. Yes, we can. We will lose that little item back there, but that's okay. Use the inoculator. Again, the keys are rebound. It did mess with my key bindings, so things aren't where I'd left them. Okay. Crap, just summoned another guy. I don't want to. As you can see, flamers still cause ridiculous amounts of suppression in a very short amount of time. Oh. Get rid of him, then we'll get rid of that Space Marine. Actually, no, we better deal with him first, actually. And of course, that triggered the dread. God damn, come on. I'm gonna die here. Boom. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so how's it doing damage-wise on that? Not too shabby. I still think we're gonna die here, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Once that suppression rating gets too low, you're basically boned. The midway through throwing that grenade, cancelled it, and still wasted the grenade. And we're dead. I still think the worst aspect of this game, the absolute, utter, complete, and in every way, shape, and form worst aspect of this game, is the suppression. It's just far too sensitive for what it's meant to be. Crap. Again, you're meant to be some kick-ass bloody space marine to the point where to even be considered for the Inquisition, you've got to be above and beyond. And you're getting owned by a whole bunch of pissy little heretics with, you know, Imperial Guard grade weaponry. Okay, again, we got knocked down even though we'd already thrown the grenade, so the grenade magically vanished. Okay. So what weapon do you toss pot? There we go. Yeah, I definitely think they need to severely work on that side of things. But as you can see, the game does seem to be considerably harder than it used to be. Not saying it's, you know, super hard, but definitely a lot more challenging than it was. Partially for the right reasons, not just because of this stupid suppression. And dumbass AI. I've got to manually tell it to go all the way down and around. I can't just go, hey, go here. Because for some reason, our Space Marine isn't intelligent enough to walk it down a ramp all on his lonesome. Okay. There are a few items elsewhere that I can pick up on this map, but I'm just going to get this over and done with. Yes, and it does now give you a timer as to when it's going to throw you out of the mission, which I think is a good thing. So I'm probably going to spend a bit more time running around doing this. We did get our items this time, lovely. We don't seem to get the closed box to open anymore, which kind of annoying. Ooh, directive completed. Plague banishment, claim 50 fate. Wonderful. Oh, and cleansing protocols. Very nice indeed. Well, we're going to probably get rid of a lot of these items, but not just yet. Quite a few of these can be used by the assassin. Chainsword, I believe, is not one of them. Or the bolt pistol. But we'll look into that a bit later. So let's claim that arc blade. We will look at other weapons before we do other stuff. We'll make a death cult blade. Incidentally, that's what the melee version of the assassin does start off with. They're single-handed, but we can dual wield them. Actually, I wonder if we can dual wield the arc blades as well. You know what? Maybe I won't play around too much with that just yet. We've made a sniper rifle. We'll make an Exodus rifle. Again, we won't see most of these in use for a little while yet. I do have to get considerably better with the assassin before I risk embarrassing myself and misrepresenting, you know, the poor old assassin. Let's see if we got any additional skills. No, we didn't quite level up. Erg. What are we going to swap back to? I want that back. Kind of happy to use the Greataxe. Not too shabby, I suppose. Not a fan of the grenade launcher. Not at all. But anyway, guys, that's where we're going to finish off this episode. We've done a little bit of, well, I guess a final weapon comparison. I don't think there are any additional ones for the Crusader that we haven't looked at now. So I'm going to spend a bit of time still playing as a Crusader. But yeah, definitely going to spend a lot of time getting my head around how to play with the Assassin. Once I've done that, we'll pick back up some more recordings. Till then though, this is JesterArke, and this is Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. Please feel free to hit any buttons of appreciation that are applicable down the bottom, and I'll see you guys next time.